those Banyankore have many proverbs. Now one of them says, Okum Tuguri and Shujun Kuitegwa, meaning that the hairstyle of the head, those who have hair, me, I don't have that problem of hair so much, that the hairstyle depends on the shape of the head. The way your head, if you have got a head with protrusions, then the hairstyle must take into account that. So, where many African countries have failed, because you can go on the African continent and you look at the census, how many countries are like failed states which can't manage security. You can go, count, 1, 2, 3, I don't know how many, out of the 54, I don't know how many you would count as countries with a failed security system. Now, the main reason they fail is that they don't understand that Banyankore proverb. The Banyankore proverb is manage according to your realities. In this case, the security agencies, the army, the police, the intelligence services, the prisons, must provide security using the resources available. This is where many countries fail. They try to plan as if they have resources, when in fact they don't yet have the resources. The resources are there, but they are potential. General Tafwiri here knows that we spent 17 years fighting, but no pay. We started our army in 1971 from NASA. We were really in the armed struggle all that time. Until 1987, that's when we started paying people. But for 17 years, we were a volunteer army. This where now you Banyankore have another proverb. They say, ikifu kya mutuma ngwenju yasya atumunyarire mbyami. The idiot, they tell him that the house is on fire, then he says, prepare a bed for me to sleep. Sleep where? The house is burning. You are dealing with a burning house. So we could not be Chamtumas. We had to save our country. So we had to forget about salary. 17 years, no salary. And that's how we were able to build an army. Because when we would get lucky to get people to, because we didn't have where to train, because Uganda was under the control of Idi Amin and the other groups. Now, if somebody like Mwalimu Nyerere gave us where to train, that was good enough. That's what we wanted. We could not say also pay us. No. We could not tell Mwalimu, you also pay us. No, it was just enough that he had given us where to train. Samora Machel enabled me to train 4 groups in Mozambique, before independence and after independence. 3 of the groups did not come out well because of the circumstances. But the last one, the one I trained between 1976 and 1976 and 1978, that's the one actually which started the army. There were 28, just 28 of them. Some were recruited by Otafuire here, like Rwigema, the one who went and started the war in Rwanda. Another one called Chef Ali. There was another one, but he died, called Ibn. They were recruited by Otafuire here from Barra High School. And the others I recruited myself directly, like Saleh and others, 28 of them. So when we would get friends to get us where to train, that was enough. You have got us where to train. How about food? Food, Mwalimu could give us food to eat in the camp. And some clothes, some uniform. And the guns to train and the bullets to practice with. That's all. And these were easier for Mwalimu to give us and for Samara to give us. That's how, before Amin collapsed, we had built an army of 9,000 fighters, armed, all armed by Tanzania mainly. Then in 1979-80, when we formed the joint army of UNLA, we gave back all our guns. Otafuire here wanted to hide 1,000 guns. I said no. Because Otafuire was saying, Tomanya, let's hide 1,000. If the UPC double cross us, we shall rely on them. I refused. I said, I cannot be a member of the military. We had a group called Military Commission. And I was vice chairman of that commission under Mwanga. I couldn't be a member of the National Military Commission, and then I hide 1,000 guns. Let's give them the guns. If it becomes necessary to get them, we shall get them. And Otafuire and the others used to Okunkora Matama to say, you man, you know when you do this to somebody, didn't we tell you? So when we started having problems with UPC, they would say, didn't we tell you that we should have hidden some guns? I said, no, God would have been unhappy with us. God would help us to get the guns that we had given. So we had now to operate to recover our guns. By 1985, we had recovered some of those guns from Masindi, from Kawamba, and that's how we brought down the regime of Obote by 85. So what I'm telling you, during those 17 years, it would have been stupid of us to say we want housing, we want salaries, because from where? Now that's the mistake of all these countries. Even Somalia. We've been in Somalia for now 17 years. But the problem with that one, our partners there don't get this clearly. They try to have a salaried army, an army of salary, when they don't control the country. And we've been telling them, you people, why don't you learn? And that's why I had sent our forces there when they first went. I thought we could replicate what we had done ourselves, which was very simple. Mwalimu could give us 9,000 guns. A gun that time was $120. That one Tanzania could manage. But to say they pay us salaries, what? They wouldn't manage. It is another way of saying that security, I have abandoned the struggle, because if you say I must pay soldiers when you don't have where to get the money sustainably, how will you do? In Somalia now, 1 month UAE pays. There's a country called those Arabs. UAE has paid 1 month. Then the next month there is no money. So Qatar must pay. How can you have like that?